Sorry for interrupting, but I have to reach out and do this insane video. An insane video from an insane guy. Just to express my deepest, sincerest, and most loving appreciation to everyone that I've ghosted over my life. Because, well, I've got ADG. I've done a video on that. And when you have ADG, you end up doing some crazy shit over your life. Like when I retired in 2013 and I discovered that I have ADG. And I became even more reclusive than I had before I discovered that. 2.5 years ago, I became really reclusive, hiding from the world. If there's been anyone over the past 13 years, 2.5 years especially, that have sought to reach out and connect with me, needed my support, and all you ended up with was hitting a brick wall, I've done a separate apology just for that. Just to express my apologies. As I'm trying to express here my apologies for simply reaching out and trying to reconnect with people that I've ghosted. And then once I had ghosted people, I came to understand that it's probably best that I did that. So I'm in this quandary now of wanting to reach out to thank all the people that loved me, befriended me, helped me at work. I appreciate that. When you have ADG and you don't know about it and you can't compensate for how you may just be doing insane shit. Insane by the definition of doing things that are just off bandwidth in terms of what's normal in society. It takes a lot to love me, to be a friend with me, to work with me. I've come to appreciate that when I discovered that I have ADG after retiring at 56. So I'm reaching out to see, can I connect? Can I connect in a positive way? Because I only want to express my thanks if in fact that's positive. Xenia is a company I incorporated over a decade ago. I came up with the name Xenia simply by seeking to pluralize in the Latin kind of way. Zen. And in doing that, discovered that my mindful play and healing that I'm interested in doing as my mission, that Xenia is another spelling for Xenia, an ancient word meaning to offer hospitality. Is it possible for me to offer you any hospitality you'd like to accept? Because I can appreciate that you may not want to engage with me. The 10th item, where I'm seeking the support of those that abused me in the RCMP, those that abandoned me, those that criminally attacked me. I'm looking for their support to try to potentially help to reduce the incidence of multiple sclerosis in Canada by offering people what I didn't have when I was in the RCMP, when I was abused, abandoned, and attacked. And because of that, developed multiple sclerosis. I've done a video on that, because what I would like to do is the recordings that I have of people that abused me, a manager that abdicated the responsibility to protect me, a manager who hired with me and toyed with me right from get-go, a pattern of psychopathy that culminated in a meeting seeking accommodation to work from home. Just get out of that toxic work environment. Find a more healthy place to work at home. But he demanded that I give up my little cubicle, a cubicle that was no bigger than is allowed if you spend more than 50% of your time out of the office. And the meeting got abusive. At a certain point, I asked, "Are you feeling attacked?" He said yes. At which point I then used that as an opportunity to see whether or not me saying that I'm feeling attacked would perhaps have him back off, moderate what he was doing. And what did he say when I said I'm feeling attacked? He confessed criminal intent, which is what I interpreted him then to say when he said, good. It's good you're feeling attacked. That's my intent here. I want you to feel psychologically attacked so that you will fucking agree to what I demand you do, to give up your office space, do something that you believe is unhealthy. I'm going to attack you until you fucking do that. You see, I was going into meetings without union support. All I had to support me, an MP3 recorder in my pocket, recording events of abuse, abdication, criminal attack. I have been holding on to these all these years because a union official seemed to have been bought out by the RCMP. And when I came forward to say, hey, there's been a systemic pattern of abuse here against a guy with ADG. And what was I told by Public Service Alliance of Canada, who was probably working off directions of a senior vice president in my union? They said, hey, you got to submit your evidence in writing. All of a sudden, my MP3 recordings became inadmissible. I didn't push back at that. I figured, hey, there'll be an opportunity to air these at some point. All these decades later, can we air these in a restorative justice forum? That instead of taking your conduct to a criminal court or a civil court, that we take it to a restorative justice forum, which is what should exist for everybody. Whether working, whether studying, whether working out in a club. Everybody needs to have available an opportunity to take to an independent third party issues of abuse, abandonment, attack, to have that resolved in a restorative justice forum. Not in the retributive type of approach of the civil and criminal courts, but through a restorative justice process. For those that abused me, abdicated your responsibility to support me, or criminally attacked me, do you support getting together with all of our colleagues in a restorative justice forum, where that's where I release the recordings, where you have some control in terms of how that's done, because you need to be accountable for your conduct. Are you prepared for that? So where do I go with my life now? As Zailer, a spadiist? Do I get traction for any of those 10 things I want to do? If you want to do the natural thing and not engage with me in any way, either to get on a sailboat or to benefit from the videos I've done, or to participate in a restorative justice session, if there's nobody that's interested in any of those, well, that's okay. There's no wrong answer. So thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your consideration and potentially your support.